So I'm really enjoying this spring weather, and I'm so excited to get into spring. I'm not looking forward to summer because I hate the heat, but I do enjoy spring. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name's Elizabeth. If you're not, thank you so much for coming and watching this video. So today I'm going to be trying out a new foundation that I bought at the drugstore. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Total Coverage Foundation. I have heard a lot about the L'Oreal Infallible foundations. I know there's the Infallible Pro Matte. There's also the Infallible Glow. I think it's Pro Glow. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I bought two of them. I bought the Total Coverage and I bought the Pro Matte. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions of the Total Coverage foundation. As you can see, I do have acne prone skin, I have oily skin, I have hormonal skin because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. I do take care of my skin. I drink lots of water, I have a morning and evening routine, I moisturize, I do everything, but I don't have perfect skin, and that's totally okay. So I do end up using a foundation that gives me more coverage. I really love the Referal Stay Matte foundation, but I did want to try out something. I'm always looking for new foundations to try, so I went to CVS and I saw there that they had the L'Oreal Infallible Total Coverage foundation. I was like, oh, gotta try it, because anything that says Total Coverage has my name written on it. So I'm really just gonna try that out today. As you can see, this is not grease. I really just cleaned my face, but I just have this glow going, and I really don't know where it's coming from. I'm enjoying it though. Today, I'm not going to be using a beauty blender to apply. The big reason why is because I really just purchased this beauty blender and it already has ripped in half. So I'm not going to throw it away. I am going to see what I can do to fix it. I know you can always just use the inside to put on your foundation, but recently I've been really loving this clay sponge. I purchased this a little while ago, never really got around to using it, and I used it for the first time like last week, and I really loved the coverage it gave me, especially over my problem areas. My only problem is I don't love using it for concealer, and I end up using my beauty blender for that. But I'm also using a stippling brush to apply my foundation. But today I'm only going to be using the Silly Sponge. So I've already washed my hands, and I'm going to go ahead and apply some moisturizer. This is the Claudel Cream Sorbet Moisturizer. I feel like this really does give me a nice glow. I like using dewy moisturizer and sometimes primer, but not all the time. Sometimes I'll use dewy primer, sometimes I'll use matte primer, but the reason why I use dewy products before I put on my foundation is because I do want my skin to be matte, but I don't want to look like I have makeup plastered on my face. I do want to look matte, but I don't want to feel like it looks caked on. And so if you give your skin a little bit of life and glow before putting on a heavy duty, full coverage, full matte foundation, you're gonna look more lifelike and alive, and your skin's gonna look better, not so cakey. So I've just finished applying my moisturizer. As you can see, it gave me a little bit more of a glow than I already have going. Today I am going to be using a matte primer, and that's because I'm going to be going outside and doing a lot of outside stuff, and it's warm and there's sun, and I don't want my face to melt off 15 minutes into my activities. So I am going to be using a matte primer. This is the Referal Stay Matte Primer. I love this primer, and it's super affordable. It's like $5-6, and this has seriously lasted me 4 months. I have had this since the beginning of last summer, so basically almost a year this has lasted me, but I do switch around. And use different primers, and I accidentally put on too much. But that's okay, because we can just, move on and not feel bad because we put on too much primer. But I really like that primer, and you don't have to use a lot of primer. You should not use a lot of primer. I always like to press it into my skin and make sure it really gets into the several layers of my skin, not just sitting on the first layer. So now that that is all done, my face is all prepped and primed, we are going to get into applying this foundation. I have shade 302 Creamy Natural. This is the lightest shade they had. For the Pro Matte Foundation, I have shade 101. I am always usually I go from 100 to 120. I'm always ivory. Now you can see this one is way darker. So I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm expecting it to make me look darker. I mean, kind of a beige foundation is what I'm expecting from this. This is supposed to give me a natural finish. It should wear up to 24 hours, high coverage, and air-light texture. I'm gonna zoom in on my face a little bit so you can all see what's going on when we're applying this foundation. This was, I believe, $12.99. It says it has a weightless feel. We're gonna see. So it has a little sticker on the back that I just twist the cap off to. That's interesting to take off the sticker. Okay, this is the tip of it. It already looks dirty. Maybe when I squeezed it a little bit too much and some of it came out. But this is where it comes out of, which is so weird. I've never ever had a foundation like this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just apply a little bit to my silly sponge. I'm only going to start off with a small amount. It looks kind of dark. I don't know. It definitely looks very gray to me. There's not a lot of warmth. Okay, I'm really liking the coverage so far, but I really don't like how dark and gray and like dead it makes me look. For 302, for this being beige, this is like, it matches my skin okay. It's not amazing, but I am not in love with how lifeless it's making my skin look. Okay, coverage-wise though, I'm impressed. I mean, you all saw my skin earlier. You know, like, I have a breakout. My problem area is always my chin. And so far, everything is covered. I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see what's going down. Like, look, okay, having a breakout on the chin, applying some foundation. I feel like I look like a mummy. It's so gray, and I really don't like that. But it did a fairly decent job of covering my breakout, which I'm happy with. I feel like I am having to use so much of that. That's like the 4th time I've had to get more foundation. And I'm not using a beauty blender, so it's not soaking up all that foundation. Look. Live Elizabeth, dead Elizabeth. I'm so gray. I'm gonna zoom out so you all can see the rest of the application process. I'm going in again and using more foundation. I don't like that either. It's full coverage, yes, but honestly, $12, and I'm probably gonna blow through that in like a month. I'm not super impressed, but I'm gonna wait. this is definitely a foundation if you were wearing like a low t-shirt, or you know, like as you can see the line where I don't have foundation and I do have foundation. So if you're wearing something like low cut, you're gonna have to bring it all the way down, because it is so noticeable where I do have foundation or where I don't have foundation. Okay, I have put on all of the foundation. I'm going to be fair and I'm gonna do my full foundation application. So I'm going to look for my paddle brush and I'm going to apply some of my Rimmel Stay Matte powder to set my foundation. I just want y'all to see, this is what we have so far with coverage wise. I'm gonna go in and just use my Rimmel Stay Matte foundation. I love this foundation and I really probably should get another one. It's like coming right up. What? What? Now I have to go apply a little bit more foundation because that just came up. Okay, yeah, maybe it doesn't like a paddle brush being pressed on it. And this was the first side of my face, so it should have been like at least like set enough to not come up when I press down a little bit on it. Okay, so we're gonna try again. My foundation brush and the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Okay, that's it. I have completely applied the foundation. Here's what I think. For $13, I purchased this foundation. I really like the coverage. It actually really does have really nice full coverage. I was having a really bad breakout and you can't really see it. However, I had to keep reapplying in order to get that full coverage. I used the Silly Sponge, so it wasn't soaking up any product, so we can't go blame the applicator for soaking up product. It took a lot of foundation to get this full coverage. I also don't like how gray it makes me look. I feel like right now, I look dead. I don't have any, I'll complain when I have yellow, but I would much rather have like a heavy yellow tone foundation than to have this flat, dead, no life look to me. I look like a mummy. I have pink undertones to my skin, so this really isn't jamming with my skin. It is also very noticeable where I have not blended down yet, which I don't like, and I'm also blaming that on the poor color of this foundation. I do say this is a natural finish. I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see like what's going down. I do agree with that it does have a natural finish. I don't know about the wear for 24 hours, but I freaking touched it once with my paddle brush and it already came up, so I don't know about that. High coverage, I will definitely agree with that. I really like the coverage on this foundation. And air-like texture, definitely. I wear a lot of heavy coverage, full coverage foundations, and I feel like definitely with my Rimmel Stay Matte foundation, it's very heavy on my skin, which isn't something I love, but I love the coverage of it. But this feels light. It doesn't feel like it's weighing my skin down, but my biggest complaint, biggest turnoff for this is the color. Maybe it has something to do that it's creamy natural, which is not my typical shade. I'm usually 101 from 100 to 120, like light. But this was the lightest color they had, so I don't know. I would give this a, I don't know. I really like the coverage, but I just like the coverage and I like how it feels light on my skin. I don't like the price. The price of $13 for this is ridiculous, especially since I had to keep going in and reapplying. So this isn't going to last me a long time. So I wouldn't really say that this is affordable. I don't like the color on my skin. And yeah, I don't like the color at all. I know I keep saying that. I had really high expectations for this because there are so many people out there that go, oh, best foundation I've ever tried, and I'm so disappointed in it. What do you think? Do you think that I'm being over dramatic, or do you think that my complaints are totally justified? Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this foundation, if there are any other foundations you would like me to try. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video to let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I hope you all have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.